Welcome back to Call of Duty Ghosts. I'm Dave. I've now finished the campaign for the game, so I figured I would go ahead and show all the Rorke File locations that I found while completing the game. This is the first mission, Ghost Stories, and this is right after the part where you're out in outer space. As soon as you come out of the doors with Hesh, you stay on the right hand side, and you're going to see this house up here on the right hand side. You're going to go ahead and hop over this little gap here, and then go ahead and run inside this house, and there it is on the floor, as you can see. The Rorke File for Brave New World is actually at the end of the mission. It's when you meet up with your father Elias. It's before he tells you what you're going to be doing going forward in the game. This is the mission No Man's Land. This one appears in the middle of the mission. There's basically a building that you have to go into, and it's just sitting on one of the desks inside of this building. This is the mission Struck Down. You're inside of this baseball arena. This is right after the breach. As you can see, I'm doing the breach currently, and it's actually going to be in one of the players' lockers inside of this locker room. And it's on the left side immediately as you go into the doors. I actually miss it as I walk straight in, but then I turn around and I go ahead and grab it. So it's right on the left hand side after the breach. This is the mission Homecoming. So this one is pretty close to the beginning of the mission. Right after you get off the helicopter, you're going to come into this building. There's a set of stairs that you go up to follow Hesh, and it's right there on a table. This is the mission Legends Never Die. Right after you cross the bridge going over the top of the water with Rorke, you're actually going to come into this building, kill a couple guys, and it's just here on one of the desks. This is Federation Day. Right after you rappel down into the building and you cut a hole in the glass and you go in, immediately come left and go into this office, and it's just sitting in one of the cubicles. Here on Birds of Prey, as you can see, we've basically captured Rorke. He gets thrown out the window. Inside of this office where Rorke was actually hiding, right on this desk, is the Rorke File. And this is at the end of this particular mission. Here we are on the Hunted. Now this one is a little bit tricky. This is at the point when you're getting really close to meeting up with your team. There's this waterfall on the left-hand side. Your team is right up there on the right, so make sure to just go to that waterfall, and it's right there. Here we are on Clockwork. Basically, we turn the power off. You're in the night vision section. It's in one of the offices straight ahead from the metal detectors. Here we are on Atlas Falls. Once you get ready to control the pressure gauges, the Rorke Files here are just on the right-hand side. And as you can see, there's the pressure gauge I'm going to activate. Here we are on Into the Deep. I wanted to make this one a little bit longer just so you can kind of see where this is at, because this is another one that's a little tricky to find. Basically, there's this is after I've blown up the kind of, I don't know if it's a submarine or if it's a boat that's using the sonar to hit you basically, but it's after you climb up that inclined boat that's sunken in the water. It's right there on the right hand side. Here we are on End of the Line. This is after you go through this white tube. You're in the room where they're actually building one of the kind of Loki replica satellites. It's right underneath the staircase as you come into this room. Here we are on Sin City. This is after you go through the mall section, or kind of the entry section to what's like the Luxor, I would say. They hold up a gate, you go underneath it, it's immediately on the left hand side. Here we are on All or Nothing. This one's actually just on one of the bunks right at the beginning of the mission. So as you turn around, head back, and it's the second set of bunks, and here it is on the right hand side. Here we are on Severed Ties. Now this one's right after you launch the missile. We're going to go ahead and go down this staircase. There's going to be some enemies through this doorway right here. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to kill a couple of the enemies as they try to run away. And there's that hallway that you can see there on the right hand side. We're going to go ahead and take it right here. And it's this doorway on the left. And it's right on the desk that I looked right past. There it is. So it's against the wall on this desk. This one's on Loki. This one's a little difficult. So after the main line basically blows up the entire satellite, you're going to go through that circular opening. You see this kind of satellite portion, you know, kind of wiring, not necessarily wiring, just a panel from the satellite. Here is the Rorke file. Now it's floating around in space, so it can be difficult to miss, but as long as you're right next to this orange panel from the satellite, you should be able to find it. And here we are on the final mission, getting the final Rorke file. It's right at the very beginning, right after Hesh smashes the TV screen. Just turn around and go ahead and grab that Rorke file right here on that kind of cabinet. And there we go. As you can see, we have the achievement, and that's it. This was really fun. As always, it's been a pleasure. Remember to like and subscribe, and take care.